Hello and welcome to a Balatro mod spotlight. Today we will be taking a look at Codex Arcanum, created by IT Feather and illustrated by Lyman. This Alchemy mod adds a new type of consumable card called the Alchemical Cards, which offer powerful one-time effects during a blind, such as increased hand size, redraws, reducing the blind, and so much more. So without further ado, let's see what's inside the Codex Arcanum. So the main attraction of Codex Arcanum are the Alchemical Cards, and there are a total of 24 of them in the current version of the mod. These cards have a wide range of effects, but they can be generally sorted into three main categories. The first category is generally powerful cards. These cards fit into almost every strategy and they are good at any point in the game. Some examples include cards like Ignis, which gives you an extra discard, Arrow, which draws you 4 cards, or Terra, which reduces the blind by 15%. It's hard to imagine a situation in which you would not want some of these effects. I'm sure they exist, but it would be an exception and not the rule. The second category is situationally powerful cards. These are unique or sometimes weird effects that can turn the tide in the right moment or give you a much needed bonus at the perfect time. Some examples include cards like Acid, which destroys all cards of a selected rank, but they get returned after the round. Imagine this one with Canio. Oil, which removes debuffs from your held cards, or Gold, which enhances 4 random cards in your hand with gold for this round only. As you can see, you wouldn't always want these effects, but they can be extremely powerful or even life-saving in the right scenario. The third and final category is cards with permanent effects. There are only 2 that fit in here, since most of the other cards in the mod are like one-shot effects, but the first one of these permanent effects is Cobalt, which upgrades the currently selected poker hand by 2 levels, so you don't need to play them, just have to select and they get upgraded. And the other one is Salt, which gives you a random tag, the same kind you would get for skipping a blind. These 2 alchemical cards are extremely powerful, Cobalt especially, which can help you out not only in the short term, like most alchemy cards, but sets you up for the ultimate success during your run. Now that we have explored the different kinds of alchemical cards, let's talk about how to get them during a run. The main way of getting these cards is simply buying them from a booster pack. These boosters show up in the shop just like any other booster pack would, similar to the Celestial or Arcana packs, and they also come in the usual sizes of regular, jumbo, and mega alchemy packs. There are also some additional ways of acquiring alchemical cards, like through Jokers, Vouchers, and even decks, all of which are added in this mod. So let's talk about what else comes in the mod, starting with the Jokers. There are 8 new Jokers in total, and as you would imagine, they all interact with the alchemical cards in some shape or form. Mutated Joker is a chip Joker that scales with alchemical cards. The Essence of Comedy is a Malt Molter that also scales with them. And the Bottled Buffoon gives you a steady supply of alchemical cards every 4 hands played so that you can keep scaling on. One of the exciting rare Jokers added in the mod is Breaking Bozo, which as you can see does something very powerful at random every time you use an alchemical card. There are a couple more unique Jokers in this mod, but I'll let you discover them on your own. Codex Arcanum also adds 2 new alchemy-themed voucher combos to the game. Mortal and Pestle plus Cauldron, and Alchemical Merchant and Alchemical Tycoon. These pairs work just as you would expect them to. In order to get Cauldron first, you need to buy Mortal and Pestle during a run, and same goes for the Alchemical Tycoon and Merchant. Of the 2, Mortal and Pestle plus Cauldron seem especially important, given the fact that you will be getting a lot more consumable cards, and with these vouchers, you can actually hold on to them and deploy them at the best possible scenario. There's also a new tarot card, the Seeker, which creates 2 random alchemical cards, and a new Spectral card, the Philosopher's Stone, which can act as a temporary seltzer, re-triggering every card for a blind. And last but certainly not least, you get access to 2 brand new decks, the Philosopher's deck, which jumpstarts your alchemical endeavor with the Alchemical Merchant voucher, and the Seeker tarot card so that you never run out of alchemical cards to use. And the other deck, which is a personal favorite of mine, is the Durables attack, where you start out with Mortal and Pestle, giving you the much needed extra consumable slot for all the new Alchemical Cards. And it also has a bonus effect of giving you an extra Alchemical card before every boss blind, which is the best time to be getting a much needed boost. So as you can see, lots of exciting new tools to play around with and explore in the Codex Arcanum mod, new consumables, jokers, decks, and more. Everything that you would want in an expansion-like mod for Balatro. Now for conclusion, I would like to share my experience and impression after playing with the mod for quite a while. I love this mod, it feels like a complete and coherent package, starting with the theme, continuing with the art, and finishing off with the actual design and mechanics of the cards. Nothing sticks out, nothing feels unnecessary, there are no unsupported or underdeveloped parts to it. It gives you a new tool to solve a puzzle of beating the ante every round, but it doesn't necessarily trivialize the difficulty either. However, I do think that this mod shines at higher difficulties where you can actually utilize every alchemical card to its fullest potential. At lower difficulties, I found myself sometimes not needing to use the extra effects and boosts of the cards, but they definitely don't feel useless either. One minor criticism or feedback that I would give is regarding the two alchemy cards that have a more permanent-like bonus, namely Cobalt and Salt. While these are certainly powerful and very fun effects, I feel like there's a slight mismatch, with their effects giving permanent bonuses when in comparison almost every other alchemical card gives you a one-shot boost that goes away at the end of the round. So nothing major, just something that I've noted to myself. So this was a Balatro mod spotlight for Codex Arcanum, an exciting and thematic Balatro mod that will definitely shake up your Balatro runs with some alchemical nonsense, while not taking anything away from what makes the core Balatro experience fun. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Balatro mod spotlight. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing for more Balatro mod spotlight videos. Let me know in the comments if there are any mods I should showcase in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.